Cognitive inhibition. It's the ability to ignore distracting stimuli. It's something we all kind of learned to do growing up. Some of us are better at it than others. And certain types of people, it just doesn't really ever happen for them. And I happen to be one of those people. It's kind of the way that my brain is wired, dyslexic, all of that jazz. But how do you deal with it? So for me, because of my TBIs, I have a processing issue. So that if my brain is doing too much, I just get tired. I pass out. You think it looks like I'm falling slowly sometimes. It's weird. I get it. But it's becoming an issue for me, and I've realized that it's something I got to deal with. I've just got to fix it. So how are we going to fix it? Well, I never use this thing. So how do you fix it? I don't know how, if anybody else has that issue, I don't know how you fix it. What I'm going to do is focus on where I know I get distracted trying to focus on things. So like, well, for instance, I need to clean up my shop. It's kind of a mess. And it's real easy for me to get distracted with that. So what I do is I film a video and talk about something while I'm cleaning up, throwing garbage away. So I have a crap ton of these things. So this is a ring off of Doug's bearings that exploded. I think it was Doug's. I need a trash box. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff on here. I don't know why it's all here. So my focus here, so what I'm trying to do, set things in front of me that I know I need to get done, just get them done. Well, I would say that if you need brake mounting bolts, let me know, because I got a crap ton over here too. So part of the thing that happens with me is I'll get an idea going in my head, and then it just kind of takes over. So there was this idea that came up in my head the other day. It was a reminder of a conversation. And the conversation happened at the golf course. So I'm talking to my buddy Brian, and we got talking about what you do with your life. This is a thick piece of metal. Yeah, if you got rotors that are not true, we can straighten them bad boys out. Yeah, I don't know how this place becomes a mess. It's not because of it's totally because of me. So we got talking one day about, what it is that you do with your life. And we were golf pros at the time. So what do we do with our life is that we check people in so that they could go play golf. And it didn't offer a lot of meaning. We like to have meaning. We like to feel like we have some value. I was looking for one of these. It's kind of the reason I went to work in a church. I don't like to talk about it because I'm not a religious guy. So the fact that I used to work in a church doesn't mean that. Anyway, I'm just not. Never was. I was never a Bible thumper. Wasn't my thing. I just wanted to help people. And unfortunately, if you've never worked in a church, you don't know that helping people's just kind of not on the list a lot of times. Because you got to have, I don't know. It wasn't. I worked with one minister. I was an event coordinator. That's what I did. So I worked with one minister. His whole thing was growth. We had to grow. And we got to get bigger, and we did. Simple formulas. We got bigger. Every church, except for one, or the first one where I had no authority and didn't know what the hell I was doing. We doubled the size of every church that we went to. Again, the reason I did is I wanted to help people. That's what I wanted to do. I was not there because I was trying to. It wasn't about success. It wasn't about numbers and like that. I wanted to help people. But I'm going to throw some of the stuff away. One of those churches, it was about growth and numbers and having as many people as you possibly can. And it was not about, it wasn't a religious reason. We needed to have more. Got to have more people, got to have more people, got to have more people. And that was the goal. And it was success and ego is what it is. There were some people that enjoyed what we did. But it wasn't there for the sole purpose of helping people. And then there was the church that I worked at where the guy was all about continuing education. And I'll tell you this, continuing education has destroyed a lot of professions. Things that I've been in, being a golf pro, working in a church, bank. It's a control thing. It's a stupid thing because if you know how to do a job, and most of the people, if they really enjoy continuing ed, they're bad at their job. That was one of the things I've learned. That doesn't mean everybody, but when you have stupid things to do that waste your time when you could be helping people. Yeah, the one guy that I worked with that loved his continuing ed, he's a piece of shit. And I don't have a problem saying that. His name's Dave. He's a dick. Showed up here today and tell him that to his face. But I think he knows he's a But as a golf pro, as a bike mechanic, what are you doing that you're helping people? I got walking around the bike shop the other day, and besides noticing how filthy it was, it got me thinking about the fact that, sometimes we really do help people, and sometimes we really do make a difference. And can you do good things in life? I think it can follow you anywhere you go, It's one of those things like I've got a city bike sitting here. It's not a real nice bike. It's a Walmart quality bike. And the wheel was terrible. So you're going to improve somebody's safety. They have a better wheel. We had somebody brought in brakes. They had no front brakes at all. Just nothing. So you fixed those brakes. That was huge. That's going to be huge for them. They can actually go out and ride their bike. A guy that's just getting into cycling brought me in his bike to put new tires on. And thank God we did, because the tires were no longer rubber and falling apart. And you think, but is that really being a positive influence in the world? I hope so. Yeah, there's days that I walk around a bike shop and you go, I play bikes. I always tell people that, because there's a screen printing business on the other side of this wall. And I'll stop in and say, hey, the bathroom's over there. So I go there all the time. I'm of a certain age. And I always tell them I'm going to go play bikes. And a lot of times that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm just playing bikes. Those of you that watch our other channel can recognize where I'm at here. We've been chasing a dream with STS. But my dream has always been the same thing. I want to be a positive influence. I want to help people. Standing around the golf course in the cart barn, talking with Brian, and just saying, what is it that we do? Well, what is it that you do is that you can absolutely make a positive impact on somebody. Just wherever you're at, you never know where they're going to show up. As I started to make this today, I thought, I'm not here to give advice. because I don't feel like I'm an expert on life. I do, but I will say this. I've had some very meaningful, impactful conversations right here in this room, going up into a different business. I've had meaningful conversations up there in the gun shop, in the screen print room. I had them at the golf course. If you're open to it, you can make a positive impact in the world. I'm wearing my Eddie Would Go t-shirt. If you don't know the story of Eddie Aikau, look it up. He was a famous surfer in Hawaii, and they decided to do this historic boat, Hawaiian, I don't know, something that would have been made well before the white man showed up. And they were going to do this trip across the Pacific, and Eddie was one of them that got tasked to go because he was a very famous, cool guy. And they ran into trouble. I can't remember if the boat capsized or what, but he decided to take a chance and go get help. Grabbed a surfboard, started paddling towards shore. Never made it, but that was the phrase, Eddie would go. What do I want to do in life? I want to see the opportunity, and I want to take it. Somebody to help, something to do that can make a positive impact in the world, I want to jump on. So, yeah, it makes me feel good when we fix somebody's bike.